Hello and welcome to today's class of government budget. Today I am going to explain you about budget expenditure. First of all, I would like to introduce about budget expenditure, its meaning. It refers to the estimated expenditure to be incurred by the government under different heads in a year. It is classified into two categories. Number one, revenue expenditure. Number two, capital expenditure. Firstly, revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure of the government is that expenditure which has two characteristics. First, revenue expenditure does not create assets for the government. For example, expenditure by the government on old age pensions, payment of salaries and scholarships fall under revenue expenditure. These expenditures are just routine expenditures and do not create any assets for the government. Second feature, it does not cause any reduction in liability of the government. For example, expenditure on repayment of loans causes reduction in government liability. Therefore, it is not treated as revenue expenditure. One thing you must note that the central government grants some money to state governments so that expenditure may be used for creation of assets, but it is treated as revenue expenditure. Now, second type of expenditure is capital expenditure. Capital expenditure is that expenditure which either leads to a creation of assets or leads to reduction in liabilities. It has two characteristics. Number one, it creates assets for the government. For example, purchase of shares of the domestic or by the government is an example of capital expenditure. Second feature, it causes reduction in liabilities of the government. For example, repayment of loans reduces liabilities of the government, so it is treated as capital expenditure. Now, we can differentiate between revenue expenditure and capital expenditure on the basis of 4 points. First is meaning itself. Number one, revenue expenditure. It is that expenditure which neither creates any assets nor reduces any liability of the government. Capital expenditure, it creates either an asset or reduces a liability of the government. Now, on the basis of objective. Revenue expenditure is incurred for normal functioning of the government, whereas capital expenditure is mainly incurred for acquiring assets and granting of loans and advances. Third, on the basis of nature. Revenue expenditure is recurring in nature. Capital expenditure, it is non-recurring in nature. Lastly, on the basis of example. Revenue expenditure includes payment of salary, pension, interest, etc. are example of revenue expenditure, and example of capital expenditure are repayment of borrowings, expenditure on acquisition of assets are example of capital expenditure. Now, one important thing is that is basis of classification. The basis of this classification of government expenditure is whether public expenditure creates any physical or financial assets or reduces liability or not. If an expenditure either creates an asset or reduces a liability, it is capital expenditure. And if it neither creates any assets nor reduces any liability, it is a revenue expenditure. That's all for today.